Hey guys, today I want to look at kind of like the first touch of Messi. Not any like fancy touches or come like a touch from a lawn ball, but just conventional touches. I think it's important because especially at the higher levels, I think you need to react quicker. So I find like a lot of players like when they have a good touch, it's not only they can control the ball, but they can make their next decision, whether it's like a dribble or a next pass, that much quicker. So I think it potentially has to boil down to the technique. Still, this is just kind of like a hypothesis or a discovery phase. So that's something I'm going to explore. So first, I'll play Messi just doing a conventional touch from this pass. So as the ball comes, this is more conventional. You see, at this point, the side of his foot. It's more or less like, kind of like in the middle of the ball, and he is doing it with more of the side of the foot rather than a different part of the foot. I don't think there's too much to this other than maybe you instinctively would do. You just hop up a little bit with your opposite foot and kind of like fall down on the ball, so the ball doesn't like pop up. So just to give it a bit more control, and then he just because he brings it like just to his left foot, he turns and like has it on his left foot. That's something to be aware of. I don't think there's anything too fancy going on, but I just wanted to point out this kind of touch first. Okay, and next this pass where he controls with the soles of his boot. Nothing too fancy here. Okay, as the ball comes towards Messi, see, just touches with the sole of his boot, and then you see it quickly lifts his off as soon as he touches it. You see that boot kind of like just lifts off the ball immediately rather than stay on too long. Um, Again, it's something I gotta explore. I'm gonna like try this myself and see what it's like. So it's not just the theory and analysis here, but I gotta practice and see maybe if it does make the little bit of a difference for that golden touch. Okay, so here's one of the touches that is more interesting. So this is actually what I'm focused on. So as Messi receives the ball, I think a lot of times when he wants to take when he's in our tighter space or wants to go potentially, dribble the other side faster, he actually instead does between, the sole of his foot and the side of the foot, kind of like that, like just that area of the foot, and also kind of like slightly off center of the ball. So I'll play the clip first of him receiving the ball. So as the ball comes like this, see, if you kind of look closely over here, but you see as the ball stops, it's kind of like in between the insole and the side of his foot, and you see it's more of like the top part of the ball, and you see the center of here, he kind of does it just to the side of it. So my theory is, if he does it this way, especially, he can have closer control. If his foot was over here, like he has to like stop the ball this way, and then maybe take a extra step, and then take a step, and then begin to maybe dribble or pass. Here, it's kind of like one motion. Like sometimes, he might hop with his foot, and then instantly touch the ball and then like fall on the way down. So, but at this point, he's already, can begin to do his run, or even just plant that foot and get that pass off right away, that much quicker rather than doing it in almost like two moves. So like, rather than like stopping the ball this way and then like taking an extra step. Just to like position himself and then pass the ball. Okay, here's a pass where kind of see the angles a bit more clear with touching with in between the sole of the foot and the side of the foot and on the side of the upper side of the ball. So here's him receiving the pass. So as the ball rolls to Messi, see the moment he touches it, see it's kind of like in between the sole and the side of the boot as he touches it, and kind of this is the center of the ball, so it's the side, and he's not going too fast, but I think that just gives him that extra control here. He doesn't have his momentum shifted over there to stop the ball. So potentially, when like in a game situation, if like the defender closes him, he won't have as much quicker time to react. So say the defender presses him early, he can just quickly flick the ball and like pass, or even maybe just do a feint and go to the side. Here's another clip of Messi controlling, guess more towards the sole of the foot, but also the thing is a bit more like to the side. But you'll see him take a quick touch down the line because of that close control. So as the ball comes towards him, you see at this point, he kind of touches like a bit like you see similar, like kind of like to the side of the ball. It seems like it's a bit more with the insole because he's kind of like rolling the ball a bit more over there. But I guess the principles stay the same. When he does this way, you see, his foot doesn't plant on the ground. He can immediately just knock the ball this way because he sees the space in the opening, and this defender isn't closing him down. So again, it just illustrates the fact of not only just controlling the ball where you want it, but immediately being able to make your next decision. Here's a really good clip of a high definition with a lot of with a higher frame rate, so you can really see Messi controlling the ball like with the between the sole of the foot and the side of the foot at the upper corner of the ball. So you see as Messi hits the ball there. It's kind of hard to tell the angle of the ball that was coming at. I didn't see it, but conventionally what you would do is you would take an extra step and run, and then wrap your leg around, and then hit with the side of the foot right there. But it's kind of peculiar. You see, kind of like almost like hits. You see again, like this is the part where he really brings it down with like between the like sole and the side of the foot. This is a bit more of the side, but it's main principal idea. And like here's the center of the ball. He's doing it in this corner, just to the side of it. So also like as soon as he touches the ball, like you see his ankle, like it's subtle. So this is why I really like this high definition clip. His ankle turns, so he gets away from the ball, and he can instantly bring his foot to the ground and like immediately begin to make his next decision. So yeah, so I think next what I'll do is like I'll play a clip of a lower league player and see how their touch compares. So here's a clip of 5th tier English football, just to contrast the touches in the lower leagues.
Yeah, we could have really made tracks there, Willstone. And here's Mendy on the left. Flick the ball inside, and a chance for Mose Emmanuel. Surely this is 2-0. Yeah. And it is.
Okay, so this leads into a goal, but that's not really the highlight. I just wanted to outline a particular touch leading to this goal. So what I really wanted to outline is this player right here as he touches the ball. So see, as the ball comes to him in a bit here.
Back to Dan Lewis again.
Okay, it's a conventional touch. It's just like it's hard to see, but it's pretty much with the side of the foot near the center of the ball, maybe slightly above the center, but touches it in front of him. Okay, now like again, it's not like too far in front of him, but it's more just his position of his body and like his control. So doing it this way, he doesn't have immediate control of the ball to either like dribble, pass, maybe or cross, which he does. So you see over here, you see he just manages just to get his foot in. He knows this defender is closing him down. And he needs to make the pass right away. So at this point, see, if he was playing in the Premier League, this defender would instantly get to him, tackle the ball, or at least block the cross. Like there's just no way he would have ever got this cross playing in the Premier League. But again, I just want to highlight how he touched the ball. So going back as he receives the ball, you see, again, he does do a slight hop, but again, side of the foot, and then right at this point, see, he's still sort of in the air. He doesn't with both feet. He doesn't have any control. So if the defender was slightly closer and being really fast and physical and aggressive, he could even just get this ball before he has time to do anything with it. So there he has to take that extra little bit of moment to settle himself in. And even at this point, his options are limited. He's kind of off balance. He can maybe only just stick his foot out and like cross it in, or I don't see him cutting this way, or even like doing a feint and then passing to this teammate here. So you see, like he's like outstretched, kind of like awkwardly here. If you're a bit of experience, you would kind of know, like, he's not well in control here. Like at this point, like touching it this way, I think does give him limited options. So here's a clip of Christian Eriksen receiving the ball and doing a quick pass. So I always want to look at Christian Eriksen in particular because a lot of football pundits and people in the business talk about Eriksen, how good he is, but if you look at a lot of his like highlights, they don't look particularly flashy at first glance, but upon further examination, you can tell that Eriksen is actually a very special player. So see, he's actually receiving a quite a difficult ball, but still, it's not just controlling the ball; it's being able to have your body in a position right away to do what you want with it. So see like kind of like controls like near the tip of his boot as he like similar to Messi, but like almost like the upper section of the ball. So he kind of jumps and then controls the ball immediately. So at this point here, you see this defender coming in. Now, say this defender wanted to lunge in and slide tackle. At this point, Eriksen, like if he was quick enough, he could wrap it that left foot around as the ball bounces and turn the other way. But what's more impressive, you see here, he gets this pass right away with the outside of his boot. It's just a quick touch and then another touch after that. So again, the conventional way is, a lot of times is just to like kind of touch like with almost like the side of the ball and like control it almost like horizontally. But here it's kind of like almost falling with the ball. So it's almost one motion. You touch the ball on the way down, and then you plant your like foot, and then you're in immediate control. So there he can immediately see the second touch. He takes one step, and then the second touch is a pass with the outside of the boot. So just to illustrate how impressive this control is, I'll just play it like quickly and see how quick this touch and pass is. It's almost immediate. So here's another clip of fifth-tier English football just to highlight the difference. So I'll play this clip first of this player receiving the ball and the pass he does. So let's play the clip in slow motion. So as he receives the ball, you see him hit, just with the side of his foot in the center of the ball. So about here. So that's more or less, that area of the foot and the ball. And then what I want to note is, before he passes, you see he takes one step and then two step and three steps before hitting with the side of his foot. So first I want to just like point out when we go back to here. You see this, he's not really, this defender, like, you don't see him, he's behind this guy, but he's not really close, but, I find you need to have good control, preferably, like, as soon as you can. I did mention before, a lot of times I do an inside cut the first time, even though a defender isn't close. That way, the defender can't, like, close me down, close the gap, and make it harder for me to pass forward for me and my teammates. So here, as soon as he takes his first touch, you see here, now let's assume for a second, there's like a defender, or sorry, attacker, one of his teammates open, ready to make a run, and he sees this gap. There's only like, a split second to make this pass. Well, it's really hard for him here. He's not in control. He has to like, reach out there. And, this like kind of like movement, to the side, I don't think it's very controlled. It's almost like, trying to adjust for, the ball's momentum. And then, at this point, a lot of players would, maybe use their left foot. But again, he's not in a really good position to do that. And again, he's just like trying to like track the momentum of the ball rather than, control the ball rather. So I have a feeling, I didn't see who he's passing to, but, there's like an opening. So, there's like almost like a second of delay before he can get that pass in the area, with the outside of the boot, nonetheless. So, again, I think the defender like gets a touch on it. So, it's not the best pass. The quickest and most controlled pass. So, again, that's just something I want to try and discover. And those quick touches that not only control the ball, but have you controlling the ball right away so you can make that next decision, whether it's a pass or a dribble.